too. Okay. Diving into this Avalanche research you sent, and yeah, it's a lot. Definitely some dense technical stuff in here. But I gotta say, there are some really surprising ideas in here about, well, the future of, everything digital.
Yeah, it's ambitious, that's for sure. What's so exciting about Avalanche is that really it's not just trying to be another blockchain. It's like they're aiming to be the foundation for a whole new internet of value.
So like where everything digital flows as easily as information does now.
Exactly.
Okay, so when they say digital assets, are we talking like Bitcoin? Or is this...
It's way bigger than that. Think like digital property rights even.
Oh, wow.
Supply chain tracking,
Okay.
voting systems even. Basically anything you can represent digitally.
And they think they've cracked the code on those big challenges, like scalability and all that? Yeah.
Security, being decentralized. You hear those words thrown around so much, but what do they actually mean for, me, for everyone else?
Imagine a world where, like, sending money internationally is as easy and as cheap as sending a text.
Okay.
Where you can trust digital agreements without needing a middleman. Where power isn't just with, like, a few big players.
Yeah, right.
That's the dream of a truly scalable, secure, decentralized network.
Okay, that's a future I can get behind. But how? How does Avalanche actually pull that off? The research mentioned this. Snow family of protocols, which sounds more like a ski trip than a tech breakthrough to me.
It's a funny name, I know. But it makes sense when you see how it works. Imagine you're in a room trying to agree on something with a bunch of other people.
Instead of everybody shouting at once, each person just asks a small, random group what they think. If they hear like a clear majority, they go with that, and then they repeat that until everyone's on the same page.
So instead of this big chaotic mess, it's more like a bunch of quick little check-ins.
Yeah, exactly. And because those conversations happen really fast all across the network, the system reaches a consensus super quickly. And doesn't use a ton of energy. That's the beauty of the Snow protocols.
That's really clever. But how does that translate into building stuff on Avalanche? They mentioned subnets, too, which just makes me think of, like, architecture.
It is kind of like that. This is where the flexibility of Avalanche is really cool. Yeah. So imagine you could create these custom-made blockchains, but each one is designed for a specific thing. Those are subnets, like specialized neighborhoods, all within this big Avalanche ecosystem.
So instead of one blockchain trying to do it all, you have this network of specialized ones that all work together.
Yeah.
That's a lot of blockchains.
Exactly. And they can all interact seamlessly because they're part of the same ecosystem. Like one subnet could be dedicated to high-frequency trading, and another one could be for secure data storage or whatever you need.
Okay, so we have this really efficient system. It's flexible and all. But what's running it? What makes all these blockchains work? I know the research mentioned this AVAX token. And I gotta admit, I'm pretty curious about it.
Yeah, AVAX is definitely interesting. It's not just a cryptocurrency. It's really the heart of the whole Avalanche ecosystems, like the fuel, the voting system, and the security deposit all in one.
Whoa. Multiple roles. Okay, walk me through it. How does it secure the network?
Right, so you've heard of staking, right, with crypto.
Yeah.
It's like putting down a deposit to show that you're committed to the network security.
Right.
With AVX, you stake your tokens, and that lets you become what they call a validator. So you're helping verify transactions, make sure the network is running with integrity.
So you put some skin in the game, get to help keep things secure, and get rewarded. Makes sense. But then wouldn't it just end up centralized? Like whoever has the most AVX just calls all the shots.
That's a good point, and Avalanche actually thought about that. It's different from some other systems where, if you have more, you have all the power. Avalanche cares about how responsive you are, how much you're actually participating. You can't just have a ton of AVX and call it a day. You have to be active, reliable.
So it rewards people for actually doing the work, not just having a bunch of tokens.
Exactly. And that helps to make sure more people can participate in network security.
Interesting. Okay, what about those other rules you mentioned? Like how does AVX actually power things and govern how Avalanche changes?
Well, just like you need gas for a car, you need AVX to make transactions and to use applications on Avalanche. That keeps everything running smoothly.
Okay.
And get this, transaction fees are burned, like gone.
Wait, what? They disappear. Why not just give them to the validators as another reward?
Because this way, it helps to control how much AVX exists. And that's good for the ecosystem in the long run. Burning those fees puts what they call a deflationary pressure on AVX, which can make it more valuable over time because it's more scarce.
So it's like a self-regulating system. That's wild. Okay, and you mentioned governance too. Does that mean that if you have AVX, you have a say in what happens with Avalanche.
Yeah. AVX holders get to vote on changes, adjusting fees, adding features, even creating whole new subnets. That's what they call on-chain governance.
So people actually get to decide how it evolves.
Right. It means Avalanche is really decentralized, not just in the tech, but in how decisions are made, how it grows over time.
Wow, okay. That's impressive. But with all these details, I have to ask, what does this actually mean for, like, the average person? Why should they care about Avalanche? Yeah, it's easy to get lost in the weeds with all the technical stuff. So what does Avalanche actually do? What problems does it solve for, regular people?
Imagine sending money anywhere in the world, instantly, for like nothing. Or owning and trading digital stuff as easily as buying something online. Imagine, like complicated financial stuff happening in seconds. That's the potential here.
So it's about making all things digital easier, more fair.
More efficient, definitely. More open.
Okay.
It's about giving you more control over your money, your information. It could really change things for a lot of people.
That's a big deal. And it sounds like Avalanche might actually be able to pull it off. Although there is one thing that research mentioned that Avalanche uses both proof of stake and proof of work. Like for those subnets, what's up with that?
You're right. That is interesting. Most blockchains pick one and stick with it. But Avalanche is flexible. You get to choose the mechanism that works best for what you're building.
So it's like a toolbox, different tools for different jobs.
Exactly. This could mean, in the future, all these different blockchains could actually work together in one giant ecosystem. Imagine, like
Yeah.
a blockchain that's perfect for tracking stuff and then another one that's all about gaming, and they can talk to each other.
Whoa, that's like the internet, but for blockchains.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's going to take some time to wrap my head around. But that's kind of the point of all this, right? Learning new things and getting excited about the future.
Totally. And the coolest part is this is still just the beginning. Who knows what's going to happen with Avalanche?
That's for sure. Well, there you have it. Avalanche. New tech, big goals, huge potential. Hopefully you're leaving this conversation as hyped as I am. Until next time, keep learning, keep asking questions, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.